Welcome, friend, to this guided inner journey. And this will be the first of many guided inner journeys that I'll record. And the goal of these journeys is to help you to explore your mind, to deepen your connection with your imagination, and to experience your own powerful creative potential. So these will kind of be like meditations, except we'll be more active than usual. And for a lot of these, I'll invite you to imagine things visually, different scenes, different experiences, or sometimes to call upon past experiences that you've had. And this is a learning experience for me as well. So I welcome any feedback, any requests, any commentary as I navigate this exploration with you. So I'll invite you to get started with sitting or lying down comfortably. And if you're tired, I would recommend sitting so that you don't fall asleep, because obviously this music is quite gentle, quite soothing, so it could be easy to fall asleep. So we'll get started by connecting with the body, with the breath. And what I'll invite here is just to allow your shoulders to relax. Let your jaw relax. Let the muscles around the eyes relax. And let your whole face relax. Notice how easy that feels to be effortless in your facial expression. And now I'll invite you to place a hand over the belly and just to start deepening your breathing. I'd suggest through the nose, but it's up to you whether you breathe through the nose or the mouth. And just starting to deepen our breathing here, breathing into the hand, and letting the exhales be natural, relaxed, effortless. So I'm going to give a few prompts here to help you to connect with your visual imagination, turning on the visuospatial networks of the brain. So first I'll invite you to picture a white, fluffy cloud. Noticing its soft texture as best you can, and perhaps seeing it floating along in space. And what would it feel like to run your hand through that cloud? And again, it doesn't need to be a perfect image or a perfect sensation, just warming up the imagination. And with time and practice, you'll get better. Things can become much more vivid in your imagination as you build and strengthen the neural circuitry to visualize. So letting that image of the clouds start to fade. And I'll invite you to picture that you're walking through a field at sunset. Perhaps a field of flowers or grass. And it's a beautiful golden sunset up ahead, casting golden and gentle rays of light, hints of purple and orange, reflecting off of the clouds. And you're just walking through this field, perhaps feeling a gentle gust of wind that makes all of the grass or the flowers sway gently. And there's no real destination here, you're just walking. And noticing that this is a deeply relaxing place to be. Noticing how it feels in your body to connect with this image of this natural sanctuary. And continuing to stay with this expansive breath. You can keep the hand on the belly or place it at your side, whatever's comfortable. And just staying connected with this image of the field and you walking through it. And I'll invite you to see this from the first person as best you can. Seeing the sun starting to set lower and lower on the skyline, the horizon line. And just connecting with this phrase, this place is a sanctuary. And as it gets darker and darker, you notice some elements of bioluminescence. Perhaps on some of the flowers glowing. Perhaps as you walk, the ground lights up beneath you. And these beautiful purple and white glowing embers. And you look up at the night sky and the sun is set. And all of these beautiful stars are now glowing, shimmering. And just noticing the experience of awe that this can bring. Being in this beautiful, glowing sanctuary. And as you keep walking through this beautiful area, this beautiful abyss, you notice that there's a rock face and there's a door in that rock face with a golden light around it, shining out from within. And so you feel called to walk towards it, to see what it is. And as you get closer, you see that there's no real markings, no sign. It's just a door. And noticing what this door looks like, the material that it's made out of, its size and shape. And as you get closer, you feel this sense of invitation to enter. So you open the door. The latch clicks open with ease, and you enter. And inside, there's nothing special. There's just a lamp hanging from the ceiling. But on the walls, you notice that there's drawings. And it's up to you to explore, to notice what these drawings are about, what they seem to represent. So letting yourself see these walls, seeing the inside of this cave-like room, and seeing these images that have been painted or carved in the walls. What does this remind you of? What does this bring you back to, or awaken within you? Noticing how it feels in your body, what emotions arise as you connect with these images and their meaning. And if anything, what does this image or these images symbolize about your life? What do they mean for you? And just taking a moment to appreciate the meaning you're able to create for yourself here with this image. And as you're examining this image, looking at the visuals, you notice a sound, like a deep, heavy, and slow breathing. And you turn your attention away from the wall for a moment, and you look over to see a beast sleeping. And just noticing what this beast looks like, what features it has, its size. Does it feel threatening? Or does it feel safe while it's asleep? Noticing the feeling in your body as you examine this beast. As you examine it, the beast begins to open one of its eyes. And you realize that this probably isn't the place to be right now. So you turn to exit, but the door has disappeared, leaving you in this cave-like room with this beast that seems like it might be waking. And again, just noticing how it feels to be in this experience. Noticing if it reminds you of anything from your past. You realize that you need to leave this space, but given that there's no door, you need to find another way. As you start to look around, you notice that there seems to be an area where the dirt on the floor is quite soft. Looks maybe more like sand. And so you go and you start to dig. And it's not easy, but faster than you normally might be able to dig a hole. The hole starts to form, and then the beast starts to growl. And just noticing any sensations or emotions that this brings up in the body. Hearing this beast. So you continue to dig. You need to escape. And again, just noticing if this experience of digging, knowing that this beast seems to be waking up, trying to escape. Noticing if this reminds you of anything. So as you continue to dig, you start to notice an opening forming. At first you can barely see it. There's just a hole in the ground. But there seems to be some kind of light coming from it. So you keep digging and digging with your hands. And as you continue to dig, you start to recognize this possibility of escaping from this beast. And as you continue to dig, this hole gets bigger and bigger, and more light seems to shine through. Noticing how this feels. This opportunity to escape. To get out of the risk, the danger, through this hard work you have in front of you. Noticing if this reminds you of anything in your life. This sense of feeling a bit trapped, but seeing that there's an opening forming, and that the more you put your energy into this opening, the bigger the opening gets. And all of a sudden, you fall through the hole. You feel like you're being sucked through at first, pulled into it. But as you start to become aware of this new environment, you realize that you're actually floating in a golden abyss. And all around you there are these golden auras of light just flowing. And they flow through your body as you pass through them. Noticing how it feels to have these energies floating through you. This golden, nurturing light. This place is truly a sanctuary. And in this place you can breathe fully, gently, expansively. And noticing how it feels to bask in this calm, radiant, nurturing place. As you continue to float through this beautiful auric energy, you start to see another opening. And as you get closer, you realize it's just a pure white place, just a blank slate, with nothing there. And this is a space where you can begin to create something that you desire in your life. So you might begin to visualize an experience that you might like to have. What do you desire deeply? As you connect with this future experience, noticing the environment, the colors and textures, the objects. Noticing any people who might be there, people you love or care about. And then experiencing yourself doing the thing that you desire. What does it feel like to connect with this future? What does it feel like to create your desire? And noticing any sensations of joy or happiness, calmness, inner peace, whatever this may bring, letting it become real in your body. Letting it become real, letting these feelings become real, as if this were actually happening right now. And if it feels right, I invite you to connect with the phrase, "I deserve this future." So what I'll invite now is to transform this memory into a symbol Could be any image, could be a simple image like a circle or a heart. Or it could be a tree or a leaf. Any object that symbolizes the beauty of this future experience. And as you imagine this object or symbol, I invite you to place a hand on your heart and just breathe deeply into your heart as you look at this symbol that represents your future. And this is a symbol that you can come back to anytime. So letting this start to fade. And just inviting you to breathe deeply here into the low belly, nice and slowly. And letting the breaths be gentle and nurturing. And inviting you to connect with the phrase, I can create anything that I want for myself. And it all starts with my imagination. So as we begin to close here, I want to let you know that you can always come back to these places. And your mind is powerful. The imagination is infinite. And the more we can connect with it through practice, the more we can create and feel connected with our own vision for the life and experiences that we desire. So I invite you to reflect on what we've gone through today and any parts of the journey that really stood out to you, whether it was the images on the wall or the features or shape of the beast in the cave, or the feeling of release, entering into that golden abyss. Your psyche may have things that it wants to share with you or wanted to share with you through this experience. So it's worth reflecting, seeing what can be gleaned. So with that, thank you for joining me on this guided inner journey. And I'll be sharing more of these, so I hope to meet you again soon. Thank you.